Okay, so today I wanted to talk a bit about fasting, the spiritual benefits of fasting. So, obviously, there's a lot of health benefits to fasting. People talk about intermittent fasting, and Father Mike Schmitz and Matt Fradd have a pretty interesting video on the topic. For me, I don't really do intermittent fasting, but I can't really speak much to the health benefits. I don't necessarily recommend this kind of fasting in a way to increase your health. Because I'm simply no expert. I have no idea. So if you do your research, you could probably figure out a way to incorporate it into being healthier. It certainly helped me to lose weight. I lost like 25 pounds in, I guess it's been about 4 months at this point. Um, but, the main thing is growing in temperance and growing in like mortification, right? Being able to say no to things and to offer it up for the sake of some prayer intention, right? Christ says in the Gospels that some demons can only be driven out through prayer and fasting. That means that fasting is very powerful. It's very useful in our prayer life. Obviously we should be fasting on Fridays to some extent, or abstaining from meat, if possible. And we should be fasting in a special way on in Lent, and probably during Advent as well. And then if you're Eastern, right, or if you're Orthodox, you have even more fasting that you're doing, and I highly respect that. So, uh, some examples of what you can do is, like, in addition to that, because that's kind of bare minimum, right? You should be giving up meat on Fridays. That's very basic. Perhaps you might choose to eat once on Fridays. Traditionally, Wednesday is also a fasting day. It's the day that Judas betrayed our Lord. Um, the day that he pretty much signed the deal. So we traditionally have considered that to be a fasting day as well. So, for if you set out a given period of time, perhaps a month, perhaps 40 days, perhaps during Lent, to just say, all right, on Wednesdays and Fridays, I'm gonna eat once. Or on Fridays, for this particular week, I won't eat at all. And I'll offer that up for some very important intention. When you do this, it'll help you to grow in virtue as well. The graces will return to you in that way. You will be able to realize that you know, don't need as much as maybe you thought you needed. You might only, um, yeah, if you struggle with like gluttony or something, you will find yourself just not wanting to engage in gluttony that much, right? Like virtue is growing in good habits, okay? So this is an example of a concrete way that we can grow in a particular virtue of temperance and just be able to glorify God by saying no to some little things once in a while, which will also help us practice to say no to bigger things, right? Because in life, as a saint, as someone who's trying to be a saint, you're called to give up a lot. We talked about this. Oh no, I never uploaded that video. I made a video on marriage and the priesthood. I never uploaded it because there were some problems in it. But the point is that you always have to eventually give things up, right? Um, as a person striving towards doing God's will, there are things that you're gonna have to say no to because you're called to greater things, which means selflessness, right? Um, Gluttony is an example of an aspect of selfishness, right? I want this food for me right now, versus saying, okay, you know what? I'm not going to eat this right now. I'm going to offer this up to my Lord that do, that He may offer some good graces through the sacrifice, through these little sacrifices, just offering that as a prayer. So I hope this video helped you to understand fasting a little bit better. I hope you maybe will decide to take up some fasting. Obviously, we were called to fast in the intention of the Amazon Synod, so please at least do that, fast once a week for that intention until October 27th. Alright, so thank you so much for watching, and God bless.